will the Copenhagen Summit on Climate Change produce agreement on the ways to cut greenhouse gases? And joining me are two experts on green technology. We have John Mitola. He is the president of Juhl Wind, which promotes wind power, and Balwinder Samra. He is the president and CEO of Balqon, which focuses on zero-emission heavy-duty vehicles. Gentlemen, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
John, let me begin by asking you about what's going on in wind power. You know, a lot of people talk about the challenge of feeding all of that electricity into the grid. Is that something that is being solved?
Well, it's being solved in a couple different ways. What we do at Juhl Wind, and we're kind of part of a small group of companies, we focus on smaller wind farms that really are creating infill into the existing electric grid. We call that community wind. So they tend to be smaller wind farms by design, under 100 megawatts. There's more of a challenge, certainly, with large utility-grade wind farms that are built way, way out in the middle of nowhere. The industry is working very hard at all sorts of transmission strategies to get the wires to those large wind farms.
And are you finding the financing is available for these types of things?
The financing was pretty tough over the past year, but the U.S. stimulus bill that was passed last spring did help lubricate the industry a little bit, and now we're putting some wind farms together. For example, we're building a $40 million wind farm as we speak.
That's in Minnesota, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Balwinder, let me come to you and begin by sort of explaining exactly what it is that you're doing in the heavy-duty truck market, because you've, in fact, taken a look at, let's say, construction vehicles and said, we've got to turn this into an electricity vehicle business. How are you doing it? Lithium-ion batteries?
Yes, we are the only company that is now producing products that are zero-emission electric heavy-duty trucks, Class 8, worldwide actually. We're more focused on vocational truck market, which is short-haul drayage at ports. Also as yard hustling environments, and also construction vehicles, airport tractors. So there's about 10% of the market that is short haul in U.S. and abroad, and that's a market we're addressing with current technologies, and incorporating lithium batteries into our vehicle has certainly helped expand our markets.
What about cost comparisons to the kinds of traditional trucks that are available now?
There is a cost premium on electric vehicles, about 40% compared to a diesel, and about 7 to 8% compared to LNG products. But with the current climate change initiatives and subsidies that are available, the product's acquisition cost is very competitive. Also, there's a lower operating and maintenance cost of the vehicle that helps in life cycle costing. It more than pays off during the 5 years of that investment. So
now you have a new product that's come out, right? A new truck. What is this? The Juhl M150? Tell me about that.
Juhl M150 is the first Class 8 on-road product that can carry goods in inner-city applications. Mainly, we are targeting markets such as beverage industry, inner-city goods distribution, all the heavy load. Our company is very structured towards high load capacity cargo transportation, while there are a lot of other companies in the industry that are manufacturing Class 2, Class 3, Class 4 products for other applications.
John, when you look at the market for alternative energy, are you seeing that people look at it as an integrated approach? In other words, you've got to have a lot of the different pieces, whether it is, you know, providing the battery technology, but then you've also got to think, okay, how do we actually recharge the battery? Because I know that you've made some acquisitions at Juhl. NextGen is one of them, and it seems as though there's got to be something more than just a one-point solution.
That's exactly right, and I think what we think about at Juhl Wind is exactly what the entire energy industry is thinking about, which is how do we integrate all of these solutions. So our NextGen subsidiary brought us down from large wind farms into smaller wind and even on-site solar, and even thinking about some battery storage technology for some of our site-specific customers. These are small communities where we build a little wind farm for the community itself, and we're integrating some battery storage along with solar to give them an integrated energy puzzle. We're also all thinking about how wind and solar and other renewables can be storing the batteries that are on board trucks and cars in the electric vehicle fleet. So I think that over the last several years, the utilities, along with large manufacturers of transportation devices, along with residential builders, everybody's thinking about more of a framework of integrating renewables along with the traditional sources.
Balwinder, what about the government's role in this, not just in terms of subsidies, but in terms of being a customer? For example, the military, big user of energy. Are they a target for the kinds of trucks you're producing?
Well, our first order came from City of LA, and they were the ones who initially funded our company with a grant to develop the first electric truck, and now they have ordered additional trucks from us. So yes, government funding is the best way to reduce the cost curve, and that's how we have gone into production, mainly with the City of LA initiative.
John, is someone else, another country, doing more, smarter, better things in terms of, let's say, wind or alternative energy that we should be learning from?
Well, one of the things that we hope the United States sees at the Copenhagen conference is, learning about how the European countries have taken a much longer view towards creating the infrastructure necessary to develop wind and solar and other renewable technologies. We've been a little bit hodgepodge in the U.S. We'd like to see a longer-term, more viable solution.
We've got to play a little catch-up. Well, all right,
yeah,
gentlemen,
we sure do.
There's your challenge. All right, thank you very much, John Mitola and Balwinder Samra, coming and talking about some green technology. Thank you, gentlemen, very much.